We're live in 2 minutes. We are CRN. Stay tuned. We're live in 1 minute. Seconds until showtime. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
The North Carolina High School Athletic Association and Clayton High School welcome you to today's game and remind you of the NCHSAA's initiative, sportsmanship. Together, we make the right call. The NCHSAA views athletic participation as an extension of the classroom where valuable life lessons are taught and learned. These lessons are best learned when respect is accorded to all participants, players, coaches, officials, administrators, and other fans. Profanity, sexist, racial, or ethnic comments, or any other intimidating actions directed at anyone in this contest venue will not be tolerated and are subject for grounds for removal of the site of competition. Help us make the right call by exhibiting good sportsmanship throughout this event, regardless of personal feelings or loyalties during this contest. Sportsmanship. Together, we make the right call.
And we're live from Clayton High School as the Clayton Comets are taking on the South Garner Titans in varsity softball. We've already gotten started. We're in the top of the first. First pitch was a little bit early tonight, Jackie, and we are pretty much in the middle of a windstorm out here. We're trying to hold everything down. But we are at the third batter. South Garner leading off was Alyssa Guerrera. She recorded the first out with a strikeout. Camille Hamilton, the pitcher for tonight for South Garner, she also struck out. Izzy Tart is on the mound for the Comets, and she's got a 3-2 count right now on Allison Mayer, the catcher for the Titans. It is a strong wind left to right out here. The flag is pretty stiff, and we're sitting under a tent because of sprinkles earlier in the evening, and we're just hoping the tent doesn't blow away, Jackie.
Well, I'm hoping we tied it down good enough this go around.
So again, a 3-2 count on Allison Mayer. Izzy Tart's pitch. Oh, nice changeup. Oh, it was close, but she's going to record her first walk of the evening. So with 2 outs, Samantha Hawkins will come to the plate for the Titans. Comets were really trying to look for, 1, 2, 3 innings last Tuesday when we called the game. Couldn't really find one last week. We were hoping for one to start the top of the first here, but that walk is going to delay that effort a little bit. But she's quickly 0-2 count on Samantha Hawkins as Hawkins has watched the first 2 strikes go by. Izzy Tart had gotten deep in the counts on the last 2 batters with 3-2 counts. She wants to see and she strikes her out. So she strikes out the side. So with one walk, one man left on base, the Comets retire the Titans. It's 0-0 as we get ready for the bottom of the first.
Diploma.
Nunca es muy tarde para obtenerlo.
Nadie obtiene un diploma solo. Si estás pensando en obtener tu high school diploma, puedes recibir ayuda. Encuentra clases gratis para adultos cerca de ti en completatudiploma.org. Repito, completatudiploma.org. Presentado por la Dollar General Literacy Foundation y el Ad Council.
What I know about courage, I learned from my adoptive mom. She said sometimes you just gotta hold on and know we'll get through this. Mom, we are so high up. Hold my hand.
No, you hold my hand.
Here we go.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to find out more. This message is brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
And we're back as South Garner Titans are taking their last few warm-up pitches. Since we didn't get to do player introductions in the field tonight for the Titans, in the outfield will be Delois Davis in left, Valeria Cancel in center, and Cambria Joswick in right. For the infield, Camille Hamilton will be pitching. Allison Mayer behind the plate. Playing third will be Bailey Powell. At second, Samantha Hawkins. Shortstop will be Alyssa Guerrera. And third base, Dara Vargas. Due up for the Comets here to start off the bottom of the first is number 10, Autumn Joyce. She'll be followed by Reese Miller and Izzy Tart. As Autumn Joyce has the first pitch strike, she watches ball one, so 1-1 count now to Autumn Joyce. Again, any high fly balls will be a little interesting tonight with this wind to see how they play it. They tried to, and there's going to be a grounder, bounces off the second baseman's glove, and Autumn Joyce stretches it into two. So the error turns into a two-base error. And that will.
She read that play.
She did it. It deflected off of the second baseman's glove and into center field, but shallow center field. But she's got some speed, and she stretched it out to two, so that'll put a runner in scoring position right off the bat as Reese Miller comes to the plate for the Comets. First pitch to Reese Miller is inside for ball one. I noticed we saw Camille Hamilton bat for the Titans in the top of the first. She bats left but pitches right-handed. Ooh, that was a high strike. Thought it might have been a little high and outside, but umpire calls it a strike, so 1-1 count to Reese Miller. That one's outside. And it's a chopper to short. Oh, and she can't handle it. And there goes Autumn Joyce. She rounds third, and she will score off the error on the shortstop. That one deflected off and went into, again, shallow center field. And Autumn Joyce, she never even paused at third base. She rounded it, and she was heading for home quickly.
Yep, and it's like you said, she's very, very fast-paced when it comes to running.
So Reese Miller will be at first as Izzy Tart comes to the plate. Camille Hamilton's first pitch is outside for ball one. Oh, and she took a high pitch. It's going to be popped up into shallow right, and it's going to get over the second baseman's head and drop in. Luckily, Reese Miller, she had to kind of pause heading to second, but she rounds third, and she's going to score. The throw could not be handled at second base. Again, she had to pause with that pop-up, not knowing if it was going to be caught in shallow right. So she paused. The throw went to second. It was an errant throw, went out to left field, and she, again, rounded the bases and did not stop.
Kim, it was a bad pitch, and that's what was able to get that second score in. Now we have a designated hitter coming in for the second base.
Yeah, and courtesy runner for the pitcher as is allowed for high school softball. So I couldn't see the number. It's probably Zaya Nickens. Due up for the Comets right now is Layla Gibson. She actually hit a home run last night in the top of the 8th as Comets went into extra innings with South Johnston. They came out ahead in that game. Sounds like they had a home run and 2 triples in the top of the 8th. As she swings and a miss, it's 1-1 count now to Layla Gibson. That game we called on Tuesday night, the Comets ended up with 11 errors in the field, and the Willow Springs Storm was able to take advantage of it. And this time the Comets, they're going to take advantage of the 3 errors we've seen so far for South Garner. And a big swing and a miss by Layla Gibson.
Brings it 2-2.
Again, no outs yet. She swings, it popped up into right, and it will be caught. So that records the first out of the inning. And now Layla's sister, Aaliyah Gibson, will come to the plate for the Comets. Last Tuesday, the Comets were in their white unis with the blue pinstripes. Tonight, they are wearing all black with white pinstripes on the top and trimmed in blue. That one's right down the middle for strike one.
The men's baseball, for the first time in 100 years of the Clayton Comets athletic, is going to be a blackout tonight.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I think the girls are kind of trying to do the same.
Yep. And she watches strike two quickly, an 0-2 count to Aaliyah Gibson. South Garner in the field. They are dressed in black pants with gray tops, kind of trimmed in purple. And that ball is low. One-two count to Aaliyah Gibson. And she gets it off the end of the bat, but it's going to drop into shallow right field. That'll be a base hit. Oh, no.
She tripped. Keep coming,
and she tripped coming around third, but luckily the throw went to second. So Zaya Nickens brings in the third run of the inning for the Comets. Had the throw come home, they might have got her, because as she turned third, she tripped and fell. She got herself up quickly, but the throw went to second. And now Aaliyah Gibson is safe at first. And Jenny Clement comes to the plate for the Comets. Still just one out. Comets have plated 3 so far. First pitch is a ball to Jenny. Ooh, she thought about it, but it's going to be a called strike. She thought about it. It was a little bit low. It wasn't, her perfect pitch. Had she had an 0-2 count, I'm sure she would have swung at it. Instead, she golfs that one. Pops up between second and first. They get the out at first, but Aaliyah Gibson's going to make it to third. So there will be 2 outs, though. And Mackenzie O'Neill will come to the plate for the Comets. Good base running by Aaliyah Gibson to make it to third, to at least keep a runner in scoring position, not knowing what Mackenzie O'Neill can do here. And Mackenzie watches strike one.
That would be good for a good home run.
Mackenzie's a little bit little for that, but she can certainly hit the ball, and she's speedy.
Yes.
Second pitch is a ball, so 1-1 count now for Mackenzie O'Neill. Ooh, she just foul tips that one. 1-2 count with 2 outs. But they do have that runner on third, so any pass ball could score a run. See if Mackenzie can at least get it in play, not knowing what can happen. We've already seen 3 errors. That one's high and outside. 2-2. And she hits it off the end of the bat, goes to second. It gets past the second baseman. That probably should have been fielded, but got under her glove, and that will score Aaliyah Gibson. Comets now extend the lead 4-0 over the Titans, and Mackenzie O'Neill will be safe at first. Delaney Maynard now, the 8th batter to come to the plate for the Comets. She watches ball 1.
And you heard Coach Parrish say, just keep it going, 1-5, keep it going.
Let's keep this train rolling. Oh, she thought about that. One was a little hot, too high and outside for her, but umpire's going to call it a strike. The 1-1 pitch from Hamilton, and Delaney swings and misses at that one. It's a good pitch to swing at. She just couldn't make contact.
So if you're South Garner, you want to get that last strike, but if you're Willis Spring, excuse me, if you're Clayton, you want to just go ahead and get another.
Absolutely, keep it going. Looks like Clayton got new batting helmets for tonight. Kind of halfway up, and there's the pass ball. And Mackenzie O'Neill takes a big turn at second, but she will return to second. But now that puts another runner in scoring position. We got 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, a runner on second. A lot of 2s out there, Jackie.
Yes, yes.
Oh, she makes contact and she lines it down the right field line, but it does go foul.
If it only went over 2
I know. She would have been running for days and definitely would have scored the run. See if she can straighten that out just a little bit. Count remains 2-2 to Delaney Maynard. Oh, and it's going to be a called strike 3. So the Titans will get out of the inning, but not before the Comets score 4 runs. There were 4 errors committed by the Titans. Now we're going to see, the Comets were plagued with some errors on Tuesday night. Let's see if they can come out, play some clean defense, and settle in and sit on this 4-0 lead. Well, the scoreboard says 3, but it should be 4-0 lead for the Comets.
That's what we got. 4
runs,
yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I know, but the scoreboard was wrong. Okay. We had somebody else coming up asking us as well, but scoreboard is wrong. We'll stay right here real quick just because we didn't get to do necessarily the field introductions for the Comets. Tonight, taking the outfield will be Mackenzie O'Neill in left. Autumn Joyce will play center tonight, and Mallory Kirkendall will play right field. At first will be Aaliyah Gibson. She was the starting pitcher last night, I believe. Delaney Maynard will be at second. Reese Miller will be at short. Layla Gibson playing third. And pitching tonight for the Comets will be Izzy Tart, and Jenny Clement will be behind the plate. as we are battling, trying to hold papers down here. That wind is still picking up.
Kim's got 2 phones on each pallet.
Yeah, trying to keep my paperweights tonight. But yeah, it's going to be interesting when there are some high fly balls tonight. As Izzy Tart takes her last warm-up pitch, Jenny Clement will give her toss to second base, and due up for the Titans will be third baseman Dara Vargas. She'll be followed by center fielder Valeria Cancel and Cambria Joswick playing right. So Izzy Tart struck out the side in the top of the first. See what she can do here in the top of the second. Although apparently somebody up in the scoreboard went to sleep. It says 3-0 in the first inning. Izzy Tart's first pitch. I'm pretty sure he called that a strike, even though scoreboard says ball. Another pitch in there. Izzy Tart fires in another strike. And that is, she fouled, tipped it, but it was caught by Clement. And so that will record the out, another strikeout. So 4 strikeouts in 5 batters so far for Izzy Tart. So Valeria Cancel will come to the plate. Pitcher looked a little bit low, but he's going to call it a strike. Although I couldn't see if it dropped. I just saw where the catcher caught it, as we are kind of blocked by the umpire. And now she goes upstairs on that one, and Cancel swings at it. It's going to be 0-2 count quickly. And that's kind of a half swing by Cancel, and she's going to swing and miss, and another strikeout. That's strikeout number 5 for Izzy Tart. Again, 5 strikeouts, having faced 6 batters. So Cambria Joswick, we'll see if she can get something started for the Titans. That one's straight down the middle. Izzy struck out the first 2 batters in the top of the first. Couldn't quite get the third. See if she can close this out here tonight. Is another swing and a miss by Joswick. She's just firing in there tonight, and the Titan batters are just a little bit late on their swings as well. So quickly 0-2 count. And that one's down the middle for strike 3. Joswick will go down looking, and finally a 3-up, 3-down inning for the Comets. So after 1.5, the Comets lead 4-0. We'll be right back. You're listening to Clayton Comet Softball on the Community Radio Network.
Smokey's only said,
Only you can.
but I'm feeling it because there's a lot more to report. Like when there are parched or windy conditions out there, you gotta be extra careful with things like burning yard waste. After all, wildfires can start anywhere, even in your neck of the woods. Go to SmokeyBear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Dad, how do airplanes fly? What's in this box? Is this tree good for climbing? How are babies made? What does this thing do?
Kids are curious about everything, including guns. Talking to them about gun safety in your home is a good first step, but you can do more. Always keep your guns locked, unloaded, and stored separately from ammunition. Safe gun storage saves lives. Learn how to make your home safer at endfamilyfire.org. That's endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by End Family Fire, Brady, and the Ad Council.
We are back for the bottom of the second, as now the scoreboard has completely gone berserk.
Oh, wow.
Pretty much lost everything except for the scores, and according to the scoreboard, Comets are up 30-1. I'd say that's a run rule. Back her up.
I was about to say, let's just go
Back
ahead
her
and
up.
call that a victory.
Instead, we will start the bottom of the second. So good thing we're keeping a scorebook here. Mallory Kirkendall comes to the plate after the Comets brought 8 batters in the bottom of the first. Again, scoring those 4 runs as Mallory Kirkendall watches strike one. I believe Mallory Kirkendall was one of those that got a triple last night. See if she can keep the hot streak going.
Does the video feed look crooked to you?
Just slightly. But it's so hard to get it balanced, especially with this wind. That 0-2 count. Again, scoreboard I think says 1-1, but
they did update that it's 4-0.
That is right. It is back to 4-0, not 30-1. And Hamilton did not do a bad job pitching in the bottom of the first. She just didn't get the support from the field. That pitch is in for a ball, so 1-2 count now. That one skips off the plate, comes to the backstop, 2-2. I don't know if you can hear the wind in the microphone, but it is whipping out here. It was windy last Friday night, too. It's Will and I called the game. That one's low. Again, gets past the catcher, kind of skips off the plate. 3-2 count now to Mallory Kirkendall. She just wants to get on base any way she can. She's another speedy base runner. And she fouls that one back to the backstop. Count remains 3-2. Kirkendall steps back into the box for the 3-2 pitch. Oh, she lines it up the middle into center field.
She's going to keep going to second, I believe.
No, that throw goes quickly to second base. She rounds first, but she will stay there safely. So on a 3-2 count, she battled with a couple foul balls, hung in there, and she just lined it into center field. Nicely hit ball, made excellent contact. As we said, she got a triple last night, and she's keeping it going tonight. Now we go back to the top of the lineup with Autumn Joyce. She reached on an error in the top of the first, or the bottom of the first. That ball is high for ball one.
Off of 2 errors in the bottom of the first, she was able to get an infield.
Yeah, she advanced.
If you want to call it that.
Yeah, she reached on an error. She got stretched it into 2, and then Reese Miller came to the plate. She reached on an error, and Autumn Joyce was able to score off that one. That one's low and inside. Ooh, that one's down the middle for a strike. That was right where Hamilton needed it to be with, I believe it's a 3-0 count, or now 3-1. And she fouls that one back, take the count full to 3-2. If you're just joining us, Comets are leading the Titans 4-0 as we get ready. We're just early in the bottom of the second. Kirkendall on first, no outs. Autumn Joyce at the plate. And she watches strike 3, caught the outside corner, and she will head back to the dugout as Hamilton strikes her out for the first out. So that's exactly how the Titans wanted to get things started, as it took them 4 batters before they recorded the first out in the bottom of the first. Oh, she swings at a low pitch. Reese Miller, that is, and she fouls it off. She chased that one well out of the strike zone. Oh, she thought about that one, and it's going to be a called strike. So quickly, 0-2 count to Reese Miller. Apparently Hamilton just wants to take care of things herself and not even let the ball get in play. She's just going to take care of business herself. And that was kind of a check swing to first. It's going to be a race to the bag. But Powell is able to make the play and record the out unassisted. And so Izzy Tart will come to the plate. Kirkendall will be at second. So she is in scoring position. If Izzy Tart can put this in play, she got a base hit into shallow right field her first time up. She watches first pitch high and outside. Ooh, Hamilton's pitch is inside. 2-0 count. Ooh, she thought about that one when it was outside.
Good deal. 3-0.
3-0 count. Walk is, well, I was gonna say walk's just good as a hit, although the hit could score a run. So we'll take the hit. It's got to be the perfect pitch. Oh, and it was right down the middle, and Izzy Tart was gonna try and take advantage of it. Instead, she fouls it off.
I'm assuming Clayton.
I was going to say, we just heard a big cheer coming from the baseball field. Everybody kind of turned their head to see what was going on over there. And she reaches for that one way out wide, gets it to short, and she's not going to handle it. There's another error, and luckily Mallory Kirkendall was highly aware of where the ball was and took a chance with her speed, and she's in safely for the 5th run for the Comets. Again, even though there was the error, had she come directly home with it, she may have had a chance, but Guerrera, after the error, she just kind of seemed frustrated and didn't realize, probably didn't even think that the runner would try and round third and head home. But Mallory Kirkendall, she was going to test her speed, and so that is going to put Izzy Tart on first. But with 2 outs, and Layla Gibson comes to the plate. She swings and misses. Watch the first strike so quickly. 0-2 to Layla Gibson. She hit a home run last night. Good timing for another one right now. Oh, she swings at a bad pitch. So quickly on 3 pitches, she strikes out for the 3rd out of the inning, but not before the Comets plate another run and extend their lead to 5-0 over the South Garner Titans. We'll be right back.
Russ Wiles Agency Group is a full-service life insurance agency licensed by the state to assist you with your state-regulated benefits, whether you have term, whole, or universal. The Russ Wiles Agency Group Incorporated specializes in reviewing policies to make sure you're getting the very best benefits at the very best price as well. If you're paying for a policy, message us today to review your coverage for absolutely free. Tell them CRN, the Community Radio Network, sent you. No money down, no medical exam, all ages and pre-existing conditions. Enrollment is open today. Follow us at Russell Wiles Agency Group on Instagram. That's at Russell Agency Group on Instagram or on Facebook at R.E. Wiles Co. Located with insurance providers throughout the Southeast. Let them take care of your needs today. Russ Wiles Insurance Agency Group.
And we're back as we get ready for the top of the 3rd. South Garner will come to the plate. Batting leadoff for the Titans in this inning will be first baseman Bailey Powell. She'll be followed by left fielder Delois Davis And then back to the top of the lineup with Alyssa Guerrero. Izzy Tart's first pitch is in for a strike. Ooh, and that one catches the outside corner quickly. 0-2 to Bailey Powell. And a swing and a miss quickly. Another strikeout for Izzy Tart. That's number 7. Having faced 8 batters, she's recorded 7 strikeouts already. This will be the number 9 batter, Delois Davis. She swings at a high pitch. Not a good swing. She's quickly in the hole, 0-2.
That's exactly what Clayton needs. Just 1, 2, 3.
Almost got it in the first, did get it in the second, and on their way here in the third as Delois Davis strikes out. She is the 8th strikeout victim of the Titans tonight. So back to the top of the lineup will be Alyssa Guerrero. She struck out her first time up as she swings and a miss on the first pitch. She thought about a check swing, but she holds up as that pitch was high. 1-1 count. Tart struck out the first 2 batters on 3 straight pitches each. She had 1 ball in there to Guerrero, but she quickly throws another strike, so 1-2 count. An extremely efficient inning for Izzy Tart as she records her 9th strikeout. She has recorded every out by strikeouts. And this inning, it only took 10 pitches to record the 3 outs. Your Comets lead the South Garner Titans 5-0. We'll be back for the bottom of the third.
Everyone, Al Roker here. As a guy with his own catchphrase, I appreciate that Smokey's only said,
Only you can prevent wildfires.
but I'm filling in because there's a lot more to report. Like when there are parched or windy conditions out there, you gotta be extra careful with things like burning yard waste. After all, wildfires can start anywhere, even in your neck of the woods. Go to SmokeyBear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
This message is for Karina, our mom who finished her high school diploma at age 28. Hi, Mom. It's Emmettith and Nicholas. Congratulations on getting your diploma. You worked so hard and have taught us so much. We love you.
When you graduate, they graduate. Finish your high school diploma for you and for them. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
We are in the bottom of the third as the Clayton Comets lead the South Garner Titans 5-0. To the plate for the Comets now is Aaliyah Gibson as she takes ball 2. Gibson got a base hit her first time up, drove in a run. She also scored a run for the Comets. One of the 4 runs they scored in the the bottom of the first. As she watches strike 1. She's a little late on that one and lines it foul out of play into the parking lot.
Mm-hmm.
Why anyone parks right there, I will never know. That's danger zone over there, Jackie.
Yes. And I just looked over and I just saw where I parked.
Oh, and
So
she lines it into right field, but it was
There you
shallow
go,
right
advances
field,
to
and
first.
and the right fielder, Joswick, quickly threw it into first, almost made the play, but Gibson hustled to first and was able to get the base hit. So she's 2 for 2 tonight. And Jenny Clement will come to the plate for the Comets. She grounded to second her first time up as she watches strike one. And again, the Titans are trailing the Comets 5-0, but it's not due to Hamilton's pitching.
Yeah.
She's pitched great, but once the Comets get into the play, she's just not getting the support, from her fielders, as Clement kind of takes a lazy swing at that one. Seemed like she was a little undecided if she wanted to swing at it or not, and she's in the hole 0-2. Just chop her to first, and first baseman can't backhand it. It gets past the right fielder, so another error, and it goes all the way to the wall. Aaliyah Gibson will come around and score, and Clement doesn't have wheels, but the throw goes to second, and she's coming home.
Yep,
and she's going to make it safely as it's a 4-base error. And quickly, I'm going to start running out of ink here in my pens if the Comets are going to score this quickly. So again, that was first baseman couldn't handle it. So she reached first, but then it got past the right fielder, got under her glove, went all the way to the wall. And we talk about the speed on the Comets. Jenny's not one of them.
Right.
Jenny's not one of them, and she would rightfully say that as well. But she was hustling as fast as she could around those bases, and she stretched. Again, it was essentially 4-base error. And now Mackenzie O'Neill will come, and still nobody out. And the Comets have scored 7 as Mackenzie O'Neill watches strike one. She reached on an error her first time up.
So they need 3 more
Runs.
points and then 3 outs in order to.
And I can't remember if they have to go at least 5 innings.
Okay.
Do they have to go 5? I can't remember how many innings they got to go. But there is a 10-run rule. But I think it's a grounder to second.
Safe.
And she was juggling. The throw went to first. The first baseman, Powell, couldn't handle it. She was juggling it. The throw was in time, but Powell couldn't handle it. And Mackenzie's going to be safe at first. So another error for the Titans. I may have lost count, but I think I've counted at least 8 errors so far. And look, this was the Comets on Tuesday night.
Yeah, you were saying before we came live that it was an upset. You and Will were the bad news bears Tuesday night.
Yeah, it wasn't pretty, and you could tell after the first couple, because the Comets aren't used to playing like that. You could tell they were just very frustrated, and then that leads to more errors. They just couldn't shake it, but they shook it enough in order to head to South Johnston last night and come out with the win in extra innings. As Maynard fouls that one back over the backstop. She's got a 1-2 count on her. Again, the Comets come into this game 5-1. They were undefeated going into Tuesday, but they dropped that first conference game to Willow Spring. She fouls another one off. South Garner comes into the game 5-1-1. They dropped their first conference game, their opening conference game, to Garner, which Garner's the number 1 team in the 4A East. They've got quite the team, and that's who Comets will take on next week. As she hits a slow roller to second, the play is made at second. So Mackenzie O'Neill will be thrown out on the fielder's choice. But that is just the first out of the inning. And Mallory Kirkendall will come to the plate. She lined a hit into center field her first time up. So Delaney Maynard's at first. That one gets fouled back over the press boxes. Cars are rolling in for the baseball game. Right now, they're warming up for varsity. That's scheduled for first pitch at 7 o'clock, but as cars rolling in, it's always entertaining to see when those foul balls head that way. So 0-1 count to Mallory Kirkendall.
Only one out, Kim.
Yep, and she fouls another one off, this time over the Comets dugout. Looks like it rolls across the entryway. So 0-2 to Mallory Kirkendall. And that ball gets past the catcher. Maynard will advance to second. So it looks like JV baseball Comets take the loss 7-6 against Willow Spring. And that's going to be a base.
Kim.
Oh, was it an error? I
Yep.
was looking at your phone. So Kirkendall is safely at first on the air. Who was the error on?
First baseman.
Okay, so E3, Kirkendall's at first, and
We got another run in.
And Delaney Maynard was able to score. Comets now lead 8-0. Back to the top of the lineup with Autumn Joyce. Again, just the one out. First pitch is a ball. Oh, she gets caught on the changeup. She tried to hold up, but a lazy swing trying to make contact, and she can't. And that will take the count to 1-1. Oh, she reaches for that one. It's going to be into left field. See if the wind can do anything with it. Nope. The play will be made by Davis in left field, and that will be the second out of the inning. The wind died down just in time for that hit. So Reese Miller will come to the plate, see if she can keep the inning going, but there's two outs with Delaney Maynard at first. That one just misses outside. She hits it off the end, but it's a high fly ball to right field, and the catch is made to retire the Comets, but not before they bring in 3 more runs and extend their lead to 8-0 over the South Garner Titans. We'll be right back as we get ready for the top of the fourth. You're listening to Clayton Comet Softball on the Community Radio Network.
Hello? Man, where are you? I thought you were coming.
I can't. I'm in bed with the flu.
The flu? Whoa. Grandma's about to crowd surf. Man, I'll call you back.
Don't get stuck at home with the flu. A flu shot is safe, effective, and you can get it at the same time as your COVID-19 vaccine. A flu shot is the best way to prevent the flu and its potentially serious complications. Don't get flu FOMO. Learn more at getmyflushot.org.
Brought to you by the AMA, CDC, and the Ad Council.
Esta es la historia de una mujer muy especial. En cuestión de segundos, se convertía en una gran matemática. Se enmascaraba como una persona común y corriente en el trabajo. Todos la conocen como Gabriela, pero en casa yo la sigo llamando mamá.
Tu héroe te necesita ahora, y ahora es el turno de AARP de ayudarte. Encuentra los consejos y herramientas que necesitas para ayudar en aarp.org/cuidar.
We're ready underway as we enter the fourth inning. Clayton Comets leading the South Garner Titans 8-0. And leading off for the Titans will be Camille Hamilton. And she pitches right-handed, but bats lefty. As she watches ball one from Izzy Tart. Izzy Tart has struck out 9 tonight, having faced 10 batters. She has pitched an extremely efficient game. The first inning, she got deep into the count on a couple batters, and in the third inning, she struck out 3 on just 10 pitches. But she's behind in the count, 2-0 to Camille Hamilton, and that third pitch catches the outside corner for strike one. Oh, and she makes contact, go down the third base line. Layla Gibson can't handle it. That was lined down the third base line, so she will be the first base runner. Actually, no, Izzy Tart did have a walk in the top of the first, so this will be the second base runner for the Titans. So Allison Mayer, the catcher, comes to the plate. That one was right down the middle. She had a check swing. The on-deck batter wasn't really paying attention. She's lucky it went over top of her. Allison Mayer was that lone walk issued by Izzy Tart earlier in the game. She swings and can't get around on the fastball, and she fouls it out of play on the right field fence. So 0-2 count. That one's low. The runner goes. No throw by the Comets, and Hamilton will be in safely at second. So that puts the first runner in scoring position for the Titans.
That's probably the first time that they've been able to get in scoring position since the game started.
Yeah, because they've just had the one walk. They've only had the and that one gets past. That pitch was high, gets past Clement, comes all the way to the backstop, and now they will have a runner at third with nobody out. So Hamilton stole second, advances to third on a passed ball, or a wild pitch, because it was high. It's going to be a chopper to second. Maynard can't handle it. It ricochets off her glove. And Reese Miller comes up with it behind second base, but because of the base running by Camille Hamilton, she was in scoring position, and she will score the first run of the game for the Titans. So Allison Mayer will reach on the Comet error. And Samantha Hawkins, the Titans second baseman, will come to the plate as she watches ball one. Hawkins struck out her first time up. I don't know what they're checking out there in the field. Whatever it was, they got it straightened out, and we're ready to play ball again. And she shows late bunt. She makes an attempt at it but cannot make contact, so it'll be strike one to Hawkins. You hear that wind picking up again, and she shows bunt late again. Cannot make contact again, and so it's quickly 1-2. I don't expect she'll be able to surprise the Comets with another bunt attempt with having 2 strikes. And there's a swing and a miss. She foul tips it, but it goes into Jenny Clement's glove, and that will record the first out of the inning. So another strikeout for Izzy Tart. That's strikeout number 10. Dara Vargas comes to the plate. And she shows bunt early. First pitch is high for ball one. See, the Titans are trying to manufacture some runs, see if they can advance the runners and extend this game a little bit with the Comets leading 8-1. Second pitch is low. Oh,
I thought it was 2-1. I thought it was 2-0.
I think it's 2-0. Scoreboard says 1-1, but there's a swing and a miss. Izzy Tart's fastball is working for her tonight. South Garner batters just can't seem to get around on it fast enough, and there's another swing and a miss. Oh, maybe it was. So another strikeout, strikeout number 11. Every out made tonight has been a strikeout.
Yes.
And when Izzy Tart is on, she's
on. Yes. I did the game last week when Gibson was the pitcher, and she's just as good, right up there with Izzy Tart.
So Valeria Cancel will come to the plate. She's the Titans center fielder. She's got an 0-1 count, and that one's
right down the middle.
Fired down the middle. Quickly 0-2. Izzy Tart's going to see if she can get this 12th strikeout. She's way ahead in the count on Cancel. And there's another late swing and another strikeout for Izzy Tart. That's number 12, and that will retire the side for the Titans, but not before they played a run, but they trail the Comets 8-1. We'll be right back.
Everyone, Al Roker here. As a guy with his own catchphrase, I appreciate that Smokey's only said,
Only you can prevent wildfires.
But I'm filling in because there's a lot more to report. Like when there are parched or windy conditions out there, you gotta be careful with things like burning yard waste. After all, wildfires can start anywhere, even in your neck of the woods. Go to SmokeyBear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Baby is giggling in the back seat. They're probably happy. If a baby is crying in the back seat, they're probably hungry. But if a baby is sleeping in the back seat, will you remember they're even there? When you're distracted, stressed, or not usually the one who drives them, the chances of forgetting them in the back seat are much higher. It can happen to anyone. Parked cars get hot fast and can be deadly. So get in the habit of checking the back seat when you leave. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Community Radio Network, WCRN 87.9 FM, Clayton, Garner, Raleigh, North Carolina, USA. We are CRN.
We're back live from Clayton High School as the Clayton Comets are taking on the South Garner Titans. They lead the Titans 8-1 as we are getting ready to start the bottom of the fourth. Izzy Tart's going to lead it off for the Comets. She has pitched a gem so far. Along just one walk, one batter reached on an error, and Izzy Tart, well, actually, I did give her a hit. It was a hard hit ball to third, hard to handle. But Izzy Tart has recorded 12 strikeouts against the Titans. 2-0 count to Izzy Tart. Oh, she lines it down the right or down the first base line, but it just goes foul right before it gets to the first base bag. Nicely hit. Just straighten that out a tad bit, but she lined that down first base. So the count's 2-1 to Izzy Tart. And she fouls that one, but to backstop. So quickly now 2-2.
Just got to keep going.
2-2 count. Oh, it's a changeup, but she waited on it, but she's going to pop it up. And it will be caught by the second baseman for the first out of the inning. That's the first time tonight that the leadoff batter has been retired. And Layla Gibson will come to the plate. So I did look up the run rule. It is 10 runs after 5, 15 runs after 3.
Okay.
So, but the Comets lead just by 7 now, as Gibson fouls that one back to the backstop. One pitch to Gibson. She fouls another one back. She's just a little bit late on those. That changeup was a beauty, and it absolutely froze Gibson. And that's a strikeout for Camille Hamilton. Now the second Gibson will come to the plate for the Comets. This is Aaliyah Gibson, playing first tonight, but she also pitches for the Comets. As she watches strike one.
Wow, straight down the middle.
I'd say Hamilton's getting in a groove now. Oh, late swing by Gibson. Quickly 0-2. Hamilton saying, I'm just warming up. A couple sprinkles again. And she's late on that one and fouls it back to the backstop. Right back at almost to Jackie's camera. Gibson in the box, waiting for the 0-2 pitch. And another changeup, but Gibson's able to make contact and foul it off to stay alive. She's been throwing those fastballs, and then all of a sudden that changeup comes in, and it is slow as molasses and absolutely freezes the batters. But it was almost slow enough that Aaliyah still had time to make contact. That one's outside, and Gibson was able to hold off on it. You can hear the sirens go by. We are right next to both the EMS and fire station. That one's high, ball 2. 2-2 count, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Nobody on base for the Comets. Titans are looking for their first 3 up, 3 down inning. And she puts it in play, straight back to Hamilton though, and she makes the play to first. So that will record the first 1-2-3 inning for the Titans as the Comets head back to the dugout, grab their gloves, and they will be back out in the field, and we'll be right back as we get ready for the top of the 5th inning. Your Comets lead the Titans 8-1.
Are so high up. Hold my hand.
No, you hold my hand.
Here we go.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to find out more. This message is brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Hello? Man, where are you? I thought you were coming.
I can't. I'm in bed with the flu.
The flu? Whoa. Grandma's about to crowd surf. Man, I'll call you back.
Don't get stuck at home with the flu. A flu shot is safe, effective, and you can get it at the same time as your COVID-19 vaccine. A flu shot is the best way to prevent the flu and its potentially serious complications. Don't get flu FOMO. Learn more at getmyflushot.org.
Brought to you by the AMA, CDC, and the Ad Council.
Izzy Tart finishes her warm-up pitches as the Clayton Comets take the field as we get ready for the top of the 5th inning. Clayton Comets are leading the South Garner Titans 8-1, and Izzy Tart has pitched a gem of a game where she's recorded 12 strikeouts. Every out has been a strikeout by Izzy Tart. What? It's like time might have been called. Not exactly sure what happened, but looks like we are getting ready to play ball here in the top of the 5th. As Izzy Tart's first pitch is low. Leading off for the Titans is Cambria Joswick, right fielder. She'll be followed by Bailey Powell and Delois Davis. That one's in there for a strike. Just catches the knees. Oh, she thought about it, but she watches strike 2. As Izzy Tart fired it right down the middle. And she's late on that one, as that's another strikeout for Izzy Tart. That's number 13. Bailey Powell will come in to the batter's box, see if she can get something started for the Titans. She struck out her last time up. Bailey Powell is playing first base, as she's a little bit late on that one, as again Izzy Tart fires it in there. Okay. And she's late on that swing as well. 0-2 count.
There was a glare ever since it hit hit the wall or hit the fence. There's been a glare, so
yeah, it doesn't help when the camera's right up against the fence and those foul balls come back. Powell makes contact. She fouls that one off to stay alive. 0-2. The Titan batters are just having a tough time getting around fast enough on Izzy Tart's fastball. And there's another one comes in, and she takes a lazy swing at it, and another strikeout. Strikeout number 14 for Izzy Tart. And that will bring Delois Davis to the plate. She's the number 9 batter, playing left field for the Titans. That one catches the knees for strike 1. Didn't look like Delois Davis agreed with it. That was one of those 50-50s. Could have gone either way. Tell you what, that wind's getting a little chilly now. And she makes contact and chops that one foul. But she is behind in the count, 0-2. Izzy Tart's just going to keep throwing that fastball. She sees the Titans are struggling to get around on it. The 0-2 pitch from Izzy Tart. And she gets it in play. She chopped her right back to Izzy Tart. And she's going to make the put out. May not have been a strikeout, but she will make the put out for the 3rd out of the inning. And Clayton Comets will come back to the dugout as they pick up their bats and get ready for the bottom of the 5th, leading the Titans 8-1.
Regresando a la escuela, sí tenía miedo, porque yo tenía pensamientos que no sabía si iba a poder hacerlo.
A los 47 años, Marco obtuvo su high school diploma.
Nunca es muy tarde para obtenerlo.
Nadie obtiene un diploma solo. Si estás pensando en obtener tu high school diploma, puedes recibir ayuda. Encuentra clases gratis para adultos cerca de ti en completatudiploma.org. Repito, completatudiploma.org. Presentado por la Dollar General Literacy Foundation y el Ad Council.
Let me tell you about MPM, McAllister Precision Marketing. They can assist up-and-coming racers with career advancement, promotion, and assist in sponsorship procurement. MPM also has media and professional etiquette training. They work with premier driver development teams and limited late models to late models. And they also help the teams to make it up to the levels of K&N, ARCA, Truck Series, and even NASCAR Xfinity. Contact Tanya McAllister today at McAllister Precision Marketing, 803-361-6199. Today, get on the board with MPM.
Jenny Clement will lead it off for the Comets here at the bottom of the fifth. She scored in the bottom of the third on that four-base, kind of essentially two errors.
I was going to say, Kim, remember she was able to.
She turned on the wheels as she watches ball one. Again, Camille Hamilton comes back to the mound for the Titans. They recorded their first 1-2-3 inning in the fourth inning. They're looking to do the same here in the bottom of the fifth. Comets with a 7-run lead. They're looking to see if they can plate 3 more and call it an early night. There's a chopper to short, and she fires it to first to record the first out. So Jenny Clement will be retired on the 6-3 putout. And Mackenzie O'Neill will come to the plate. Mackenzie O'Neill has reached base both times she's been up. Both times she reached on an error, she watches strike one. And she hits it off the end of the bat. Goes over
the foul line, unfortunately.
Yep. So foul ball. And nobody in the Titan field could reach it. So O'Neill will stay alive, but she's in the hole 0-2. And she just fouls that one off to hang in there. Count remains 0-2. And what we saw a lot from Hamilton last inning, she would get him deep in the count, get him to that 2-strike count with fastballs, and then fire that changeup and absolutely freeze the batters. Let's see what she decides to do here with the 0-2 count. Nope, she fires it in there, catches the outside corner, and that will be a strikeout. So quickly, 2 outs for the Comet batters, and Delaney Maynard will come to the plate. She struck out her first time up, reached on a fielder's choice her second time at bat, and she will come to the plate with 2 outs here in the bottom of the fifth.
Ooh,
that one's
a little too close.
A little inside. And she fouls that one out of play along the right field fence. It rolls into the parking lot. And she tried that changeup again, but that one's a little too high. 2-1. That one just misses high. 3-1. And here's some more sirens going by on Robertson Street. That one was right down the middle, but Delaney was a little bit late on that, but lines it foul. She runs the count full, 3-2 with 2 outs. It's kind of golfs it. It's a chopper to first, and it goes off Powell's glove and rolls past the second baseman. And the throw coming back to the pitcher was not on target. It comes near the Comet dugout. And so that's going to put Delaney Maynard on second on the 2 errors by the Titan field.
Mamie kind of pushed the first baseman out the way because she said, "You're in my way. Got to go."
Yeah, as soon as she saw that throw get past the pitcher and go all the way to the Comet dugout, she quickly headed for second. And now Mallory Kirkendall comes to the plate with a runner in scoring position. That one, Mallory Kirkendall thought that was inside, but it's going to be called strike 1. So Comet's got a runner in scoring position, but 2 out.
Oh.
Strike 2. Again, that changeup.
Or she swung, excuse me.
Stays alive, fouling it off over towards the baseball field back behind us. So she is in the hole, 0-2. Seeing if she can bring that runner home on second. And she fouls another one off. Could use one of those Kirkendall triples right now.
Mm-hmm.
She thought about it, but good eye. One-two pitch from Hamilton. It's low. Kind of got caught under the catcher, but she gets it before Delaney can advance. So 2-2 count now to Kirkendall. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and the pitch. And it's a swing and a miss, a strikeout. So Comets leave one stranded, but they still lead the South Garner Titans 8-1. You're listening to Clayton Comet Softball on the Community Radio Network.
To protect her home and family in a disaster, Karen was willing to wade through water, mud, and insurance paperwork.
Yeah, I can do this.
You go, Karen! By simply understanding and updating what her insurance covers and doesn't cover now, she'll be better prepared no matter when disaster strikes. Learn other simple ways to protect your home and family before a natural disaster at ready.gov. That's ready.gov. A message from FEMA and the Ad Council.
And here's Heather with the weather.
Well, it's beautiful out there, sunny and 75, almost a little chilly in the shade. Now, let's get a read on the inside of your car. It is hot. You've only been parked a short time, and it's already 99 degrees in there. Let's not leave children in the back seat while running errands. It only takes a few minutes for their body temperatures to rise, and that could be fatal.
Cars get hot, fast, and can be deadly. Never leave a child in a car. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
And we're back. Izzy Tart finishes her last warm-up pitch. Clayton Comets leading the South Garner Titans 8-1 as we get ready for the top of the 6th. Izzy Tart will come back to the mound for the Comets. She has recorded every out for the Comets tonight on 14 strikeouts. And then the one put out on the chopper hit back to her last inning. Now batting for the Titans will be back to the top of the lineup. Alyssa Guerrero will come to the plate. She has struck out her first 2 times up as Izzy Tart's first ball is low. Her first pitch is low for a ball. Overcast skies here in Comet Country tonight. And windy, windy, windy. She's late on that one, swing and a miss. It was in the 70s when we got here, but the temperature has quickly dropped in the last 30 minutes or so.
All I keep playing on the back of my head is It's not going to be that cold outside. You don't need a jacket.
That's what I thought last Friday. It got a little chilly. Today was warmer. I did not bring a jacket, and we both got our short sleeves on. It's not unbearable by any stretch, just a little chilly. 1-2 count. And quickly another strikeout for Izzy Tart. That is strikeout number 15 tonight. And Camille Hamilton comes to the plate. She's pitched a good game for the Titans. As we hear the national anthem playing over at the baseball field as they get ready for first pitch against the Willow Springs Storm. They played at Willow Springs on Wednesday night, I think it was. No, Thursday night.
Thursday night.
Yeah,
last night.
Just last. Goodness,
Yeah.
Time is flying by this week. And now they
were supposed to play Wednesday night.
They were supposed to play Tuesday night originally, and then they had a medical emergency with one of the Comet players, and she kind of little slap swing, slow roller to short, and that's going to be an infield hit for Camille Hamilton. So she has reached base twice tonight.
That's right.
And
she's Tuesday nights when it was 11-0.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Now, Allison Mayer, the Titan catcher, will come to the plate. Watch for Hamilton to steal. She stole the last time she was on base, then advanced to third on a pass ball and ultimately scored on a ball hit into play. But Mayer is quickly in the hole 0-2 as she faces Izzy Tart. She's one of the lone players to not strike out tonight. She must have just got a piece of that. Oh, I say 1-2. I don't know what they called that last pitch.
He called it a strike. Maybe there was too many strikes on the board already.
That pitch is high from Tart. So 2-2. Mayer previously reached on a walk and an error. Now she lines that into right field for a base hit, and Camille Hamilton quickly turns second, and she will be safe at third, and Mayer will advance to second. So 2 runners in scoring position. I think it's her dad, talking to Camille Hamilton, and he kept wanting her to steal second.
He said you should be on second by now. At Mayor's home if you stole second.
At Mayor's at bat, he wanted her to steal, and he's saying you could have scored if you would have stolen the base. So the first pitch to Hawkins is low. Good stop by Jenny Clement because a pass ball would score a run. Comets lead 8-1, but the Titans are threatening here in the top of the 6th with 2 runners on and nobody, or just the 1 out. Two 2-0 count now to Samantha Hawkins. She tries to drive in 2 more runs for the Titans. So the Comets started off hot, but they have cooled down at the plate their last 2 innings, and now the Titans are looking to threaten.
Yep.
Hawkins swings and misses at that one. 2-1 pitch from Tart. Fires it inside, and it is fouled off into the parking lot.
Deep in the parking lot.
Yeah. She made good contact, just the wrong way.
Yes.
So 2-2 count to Hawkins. And that changeup got her right down the middle, too. So another strikeout. Strikeout number 16 for Izzy Tart. So 2 runners in scoring position, but now the Titans have 2 outs with Dara Vargas coming to the plate. She has struck out her last 2 times at the plate, and that first pitch from Tart is right down the middle. And she makes contact with that, but fouls it back over the press box. I see everybody on the bleachers kind of cringing. I think I got awfully close to a car. So 0-2 count for Dara Vargas. Izzy Tart trying to see if she can get out of this jam. And she hits it down the right field line, but it goes foul. That definitely would have scored the 2 runs. Instead, the count remains 0-2 with 2 outs. 2 runners on. And that one's high.
It's going to be a full, no, 1 and 2. I don't know where I got a full count from.
Vargas steps back in the box, and that ball is low. Evens the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes.
2 outs.
And 2 outs. 2 runners on.
Might need to go play the lottery.
That flag is straight out again as that wind continues to pick up. That one just misses low. So after being down 0-2, Vargas has worked the count back up to 3-2. Tart seeing if she can finish this off. And Vargas stays alive as she fouls it back. I can see the look on Izzy's face. She just wants to finish this off. This batter and get out of this jam. Tart's 3-2 pitch. It's right down the middle. She hits it off the end of the bat to Delaney Maynard at second, and Delaney is able to get the out at first to retire the side. So the Titans threaten, but the Comets hold them to zeros in this inning, and we'll get ready to go to the bottom of the 6th. Comets still leading the Titans 8-1. We'll be right back.
Regresando a la escuela, sí tenía miedo, porque yo tenía pensamientos que no sabía si iba a poder hacerlo.
A los 47 años, Marco obtuvo su high school diploma.
Nunca es muy tarde para obtenerlo.
Nadie obtiene un diploma solo. Si estás pensando en obtener tu high school diploma, puedes recibir ayuda. Encuentra clases gratis para adultos cerca de ti en completatudiploma.org. Repito, completatudiploma.org. Presentado por la Dollar General Literacy Foundation y el Ad Council.
To protect her home and family in a disaster, Karen was willing to wade through water, mud, and insurance paperwork.
Yeah, I can do this.
You go, Karen! By simply understanding and updating what her insurance covers and doesn't cover now, she'll be better prepared no matter when disaster strikes. Learn other simple ways to protect your home and family before a natural disaster at ready.gov. That's ready.gov. A message from FEMA and the Ad Council.
So the Comets will bring the top of the lineup as we get ready for the bottom of the 6th. Comets got off to a hot start, scoring 4 in the first, 1 in the second, and 3 in the third, but have been held scoreless the last 2 innings. Autumn Joyce is going to get it started here for the Comets. She has reached base on an error in the top of the first, or bottom of the first, struck out her second time up, and flew out to left field in the third as she watches strike 1. And it's a hard chopper to second. Second baseman can't handle it. It's going to roll into shallow right field. So Joyce will reach again on an error. And Reese Miller will come to the plate. Comets just looking to at least get the ball in play. They've been able to take advantage of some of the fielding errors from the Titans. That first pitch, change up high to Reese Miller. That one misses low. 2 balls, no strikes. Izzy Tart on deck for the Comets. That one misses low. 3-0. That one is down the middle for strike one. 3-1 now to Reese Miller. Reese is looking for her pitch. And it's a chopper over the pitcher's head. And because it deflected off of her a little bit, the shortstop wasn't able to get to it. So that will now put 2 runners on for the Comets as Izzy Tart comes to the plate. Count that as an infield hit for Reese Miller. It bounced so high. I don't think anybody had a chance to make a play on that one. So 2 runners on for Izzy Tart as she watches strike one right down the middle. Comets with a 7-run lead. She hits it up the middle into center field. And here comes Autumn Joyce. And that gets past the center fielder, goes all the way to the wall. And this is going to do it as the Comets are going to score 3 as Izzy Tart makes it all the way home. And that's 11-1. That is a 10-run lead after 5. So that's going to end it. So that's 2 4-base errors that the Titans had tonight, and that one cleared the bases with 2 runners on. Comets just needed to come in and score 3 to end this early, and they did just that on Izzy Tart's base hit into center field that got past the center fielder, rolled all the way to the wall, and the Comets, after losing Tuesday nights 11-0, they come back, get the conference win tonight, so they will even their record to 1-1 in conference, which they're going to have to get ready because, like we said, next week they've got a tough run playing both Garner and Cleveland in the next week and a half. But the Comets are going to come out victors, and Izzy Tart pitched one heck of a game as she recorded all but 1 out tonight.
Yes.
And that was the last put out, which was a grounder to Delaney Maynard. Otherwise, she recorded 16 strikeouts, and then had the one put out as a grounder was hit up the middle directly back to her. So she pitched a great game tonight. Comet bats came alive, and I feel bad for South Garner. This was Clayton on Tuesday night with the fielding errors, but Camille Hamilton pitched a heck of a game. It was just she didn't have the field support tonight, but you can tell,
right out of my
and
mouth.
she just seemed to get. Camille Hamilton just seemed to get stronger and stronger as the game went on. So she pitched a heck of a game. The South Garner Titans will fall to 0-2 in conference. Comets improve to 1-1, and they will take on. Let me see if I can get service out here. I had looked it up earlier on who they've got next Tuesday, as the Comets typically play Tuesdays and Fridays. And their next game will be Tuesday night. Oh, first they play Monday night against Green Level. That will be a non-conference home game. That game is scheduled to be at 4:30. Then they will play at Garner on Tuesday. Then they will have a conference game next Thursday not on Friday. So next Thursday against Southeast Raleigh, and then home again next Monday against Cleveland. So they'll play Cleveland Monday and Wednesday next week. So they've got their next conference games are Garner, Southeast Raleigh, and then back-to-back games with Cleveland. Both of those are top. Cleveland and Garner are both top 5 in the 4A East right now. So they better.
It'll be an interesting week.
That's right. Pull up the bootstraps and come on out next week because you're going to see some heck of quality ball games. I hate that I'm going to be traveling and we'll miss those first two with Garner and Cleveland. I will be back for the Wednesday night game, but that's going to wrap it up from here as the Comets get their first conference win. Again, improving to 1-1 in conference, 6-1 overall, and they pull out the win tonight, 11-1 over the South Garner Titans, getting the 10-run rule in the bottom of the 6th inning. That's going to do it from here. I'm Kim Winslow for Jackie Posey. That's it. Good night.
Good night.
And go Comets.
You've been listening to an exclusive presentation of the Community Radio Network, WCRN 87.9 FM, Clayton, Garner, Raleigh, North Carolina, USA. We are CRN.